Good evening, I'm Christy Walker, and we're going to go down to the floor for this evening's starting lineups between the Lady Dons of IPFW and the Kentucky State Thoroughbreds.
A 5'10" junior from Okeechobee, Florida, number 34, Candace Johnson. A 5'6" sophomore from Perryville, Kentucky, number 35, Angela Johnson. A 5'7" freshman from Lexington, Kentucky, number 42, Chriselle Hill. And a 6' senior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 52, Daphne Johnson. The Lady Thoroughbreds are coached by Antonio Davis and managed by Tracy MacArthur and Dara Lofton. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your IPFW Lady Dons. A 6' senior from Highland, Indiana, number 10, Michelle Conley. A 5'8" freshman from Auburn, Indiana, DeKalb High School, number 14, Wendy Recker. A 5'9" senior from Fort Wayne Elmhurst, number 22, Dawn Dressler. A 5'9" sophomore from Decatur Belmont High School, number 32, Lindy Jones. And a 6'1" sophomore from Harlan, Indiana, Woodland High School, number 44, Jenny Newhart. The Lady Dons are coached by Eileen Kleinfelder, assistant coaches Lisa Miller and Julie Breckenridge. Referee for tonight's contest is Jerry Bush, and the umpire is Dale Ramsey.
And that's your starting lineups for this evening's game, and we'll head right down here to the floor. I have a few quick words, I'm sure, from Eileen Kleinfelder about this evening's game. Really trying to get them going. I'm Christy Walker, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Kentucky State's out on the floor and ready to go, and IPFW is getting out there, and we'll get going on the first tip and see who controls the ball early in this game.
Okay.
I've now been joined. Hi, Eric.
Hello.
And we're holding up here for the officials to be ready, and the timers are now ready. The table's set, and the tip is up, and Kentucky State will control. Everyone on IPFW will have to be ready to go on defense tonight, as Kentucky State is very competitive on the rebounds underneath the board. The post is going to have to be ready to block out. Yolanda Jones, number 21 from Kentucky State, had 25 rebounds alone against Ashland, and that says a lot for her. And so IPFW is going to have to be ready to watch her. Also, all the players from Kentucky State are good from the three-point area. They will post out, and IPFW is going to have to be ready to move out and put a hand in the face. IPFW setting up in a very quick offense, and they hope to be able to continue that this evening. We'll see what they have. Lindy Jones drives the lane, but it's going to be called a jump ball, and possession arrow goes to IPFW.
They're going to have to hit the open shots tonight. Last game they had a lot of open shots they missed. Lindy Jones not on the mark. I think she was leading scorer, but she has to get it going here in this game. Lady Dons, I think they've dropped 5 of the last 6. Need to get it going tonight.
Right. They really need a win. Michelle Conley there missed the first shot up for IPFW. It was short, but nothing else happened on the end of the Thoroughbreds, and so we'll have to see if IPFW can get the first couple points up. 19:09 remaining, so the game is very early in the first half. Lindy Jones from the outside for 3, and it's good, and that's what you were just talking about, Eric. She's going to have to put it up, and maybe tonight she's on.
Not a very common shot for Lindy, though. She doesn't shoot many threes. Usually her and Wendy Recker shoot the 3 towards the end of the game. Coach Kleinfelder not one for the 3-point basket, not a Rick Pitino sort of offense.
Nice try by Kentucky State to get that ball down low. First-year coach for Kentucky State, Antonio Davis. Right now he's record of 3 and 17. It's a tough time to come in as a first-year coach and get to know the players and how the players know you, but I'm sure that'll work out in a couple years, and I'm sure they'll be back up in the top.
Especially in a conference like the GLVC, very strong, as we see Jenny Newhart with 2 tries and gets her own rebound, and Lindy has set it back up.
That's right. Jenny at least was getting rebounds underneath. We were getting a second, third shot. One of those have got to go, and Newhart powers it up there. Doesn't get the roll again, but it's going to be off the tips of the Thoroughbreds, and IPFW will maintain possession.
Jenny working hard in there. 3 rebounds, 3 missed shots. And IPFW still maintains possession. Pam Edwards out tonight. Big, strong rebounder. Wasn't sure what happened to her. Didn't get the whole scoop from Mike Gale, our trainer.
And shot is no good. IPFW is going to have to get an eye on Lindy Jones, and she doesn't get the roll. Thought she might get her second bucket there of the ball game. IPFW with a 3-point lead. The only shot made was by Lindy Jones. And that shot is up and nothing but net by number 35, Angela Johnson of Kentucky State. And that's what we talked about at the very beginning here. They will throw up the 3, and all of them are capable of hitting it. They're not a real strong team. They won't hit everyone they throw up, but they're a threat from the outside. They're not afraid to try the shot. And that, we looked for a foul there.
Ron Dressler really strong off the backboard.
But it wasn't called, so IPFW quickly back on defense. Another 3 attempt, and a good box out there by Michelle Conley. That's one of the things you want to do.
The attempt by Candace Johnson didn't even seem to think about it. Just got the first pass, chucked up the 3, didn't get it to go, and the foul. IPFW have it out of bounds.
That's just the first foul of the game. First one for Kentucky State.
First, see, Coach Davis has the philosophy you got to shoot the 3s to hit the 3s.
That's right.
So they put plenty of them up there.
And I think we'll see a lot according to the coach. She would like to see a quicker offense against this team tonight. Defense is going to have to make that happen. Dawn Dressler with a nice deuce.
There's one of those people that has to hit those outside wide open shots. She can do that real good. The steal by Wendy Recker. Good defense, couldn't get the layup.
Nice effort by Wendy underneath the basket. Drew the foul, and that's going to be some shots from the stripe. 5-3 lead for IPFW.
Wendy, the freshman out of Auburn.
She sinks the first one.
Came in, took the starting position from Amy Perkins. Senior, two-year starter, I'd have to say.
A lot of nice depth, though, this year on IPFW's bench. They're able to pull Wendy. They're able to put in about anybody that can come in and take the spots this year, and that's been a real help for IPFW. If someone's tired, they've had the people to bring off the bench. Another missed shot by Kentucky State. So far, we've got a pretty slow game, and I know that the tempo, Coach Kleinfelder would like to see a little bit more up-tempo of a game. It's tough to do, though, against a team that may slow the tempo down a little bit.
So far tonight, we've seen 3 three-pointers put up by the Dons. Very unusual in Coach Kleinfelder's offense. And another 3 by Kentucky State, no good.
That's right, IPFW was, Kentucky State didn't allow their players to get on the boards. There was nothing but white under the boards there. And just a very quick 3, which I'm not sure. They want to take that 3 till everybody's down the floor. And there's another nice basket by Wendy Recker.
It was a very good look by Michelle Conley. She got it on the post, took a dribble out to the wing. Wendy went back door for the easy layup.
A little bit of pressure by IPFW. Kentucky State not having too many difficulties bringing the ball down. They look to go inside, but then they look to put up the 3 real fast. And there's a dish once again, and they've thrown that a little bit long underneath the basket about 3 or 4 times so far this evening, Eric, and it's been a turnover for Kentucky State and a free chance for IPFW to put some more points up.
We talked about the depth coming off the bench. We see Amy Perkins, the senior point guard, Kim Recker, another senior post coming into the game for the first time. Kleinfelder doesn't lose a thing when she brings in people off the bench.
That's right, Dressler. And that was 2. That's right, Perkins can come right in and run the offense when she takes Recker out and gives her a little bit of a break. And I think we're going to have another turnover by Kentucky State as the ball once again is thrown a little long and goes out of bounds, this time on the side. IPFW for a chance to really pull away here as they lead 10-3 with 15-17 here in the first half.
Only my first time to see them, as it might be yours too, see Kentucky State play this year, but it seems they're struggling quite a bit to get off here on a start.
Yeah, they've had definitely having a slow start this evening, and I have not had the opportunity to see them play any other games this year, so I'm only going by what I can read here on paper, and that's kind of difficult. But Dawn Dressler from the outside for 2. It's in and out, and a nice rebound. I was a little late calling the jump ball, but they do call it, but this time it's the Thoroughbreds basketball out of bounds.
2 things I noticed about tonight's game so far: the 3 3-pointers put up by the Lady Dons, and also Lady Dons are going to the boards big time.
There's a nice quick breakaway. Angela Johnson gets 2 underneath, and that's good looking for Kentucky State. IPFW putting the pressure on, and someone was free down low, and they found that person wide open.
Got beat on the long pass. Don't know who missed their assignment. Coach Kleinfeld is probably not too happy with that.
No, somebody definitely missed it, and there's we'll call it a pass by Kim Recker up and over the hoop, but feeble attempt by IPFW. They're unable to control the basketball, and Kentucky State grabs.
She got it back, but it was blocked by Yolanda Jones. Now we have a foul at the other end.
And I believe the foul will be on Lindy Jones, but it's not. It's going to be on Kim Recker. That's only her first foul, team first. So we've been foul-free for the most part so far here early in the game. With the 3s that have been thrown up, though, you don't expect to see a lot of fouls. There's not a lot of post-play taking place.
Not much inside action,
no.
Really.
Very
Kentucky State's tried to go inside a couple times and thrown it away.
Chriselle Hill there with a very short shot. IPFW going to try to go in. And Kim Recker with the short shot. Michelle Conley, I thought, might get that rebound, but didn't. Kentucky State tries to get the ball down the floor quickly. IPFW's defense needing to back up. See if they can shut out. So far, Kentucky State hasn't had that luck on the rebounds.
And the travel call, I believe, before the foul would have been able to be called on Michelle Conley, but IPFW gets it back.
Delandra Jones, she's been their key so far, 6'2", junior from Battle Creek, Michigan. And like I said, she had 25 rebounds against Ashland, and that's a lot for one player.
It certainly is. I think the most rebounds any IPFW players had this year. Maybe 12 or 13 from Pam Edwards.
That's right. Unfortunately, we're missing Pam this evening, but that hasn't been a major factor.
No, correction, it's 18 from Edwards.
Kim Recker
Sorry
with
about that.
That's all right. Kim Recker with a missed shot. Both Amy Perkins and Wendy Recker are in the lineup for IPFW.
As well as we see freshman Teresa Shriver for the first time.
That's right, and that's Coach Eileen Kleinfelder hopes to be able to see, get some of her young players in, get some experience in this game. Surprised to see anybody this early with only a 10-5 lead, and there's just a 2-point basket by Angela Johnson. Perkins brings the ball down the floor for IPFW, going to set up the offense. Go underneath to Newhart. She had a wide open shot, didn't choose to take it, and throws the ball a little bit high over Perkins' head, and it'll be out of bounds to Kentucky State. Tough pass cross court, and we've got a timeout here. It's going to be by IPFW. I think Eileen doesn't want to see those passes going out of bounds. There's no reason for it against this team. You want to play tough, make good passes, be effective, and see what kind of offense you can get going. And right now, it's been a slow one for them. It's 10-7. They're not by any means out of this ball game, and it's very early, 12:57. So I'm sure she wants to just sit them down a minute and talk about it.
This College Cable Access sports presentation is underwritten in part by a grant from Cable Access Incorporated of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
So we look there at some of the fans enjoying, I'm sure, some good popcorn as we sit up there and watch. We'll watch them eat it here, and I'll try to savor the flavor, as they'd say. Our Don. A lot of the kids enjoy him. He does a good job entertaining the fans in the stands. You guys gave him that PSA. I can't hear you. Wow, you're good. I'm impressed. Seriously, that's not a joke. IPFW here. See what kind of changes they've made, if any. Most likely no changes, just trying to settle the girls down and see what they can do. And Kentucky State got an opportunity there to change their offense setup, and there they go. The post players coming out. They dish it inside. Nice stop by Newhart to knock the ball out. And Perkins will bring it down quickly. Jenny Newhart was wide open. She does get the ball a little late. We're going to have a foul on the play by number 52, Daphne Johnson. That was a nice move by Newhart.
And a stare down there after Johnson committed the foul. I think she got the block. Stare down to Jenny Newhart there.
Get another look at it here. And there was pretty much just a body contact was made. And the first one is good. IPFW, it's a 4-point lead, a chance to stretch that back out to 5. 7 is their biggest lead of the game. And it'll be IPFW ball. Nice hands by Amy Perkins as she got a tip on it, but it last touched Candace Johnson's hands. And so IPFW get an opportunity here to put another bucket right back. Outside to Perkins, they look inside again to Newhart. Tough shot, no good. Rebound. And I'm not sure about that call, but number 54, Kim Recker, is going to get the foul as they battled for the rebound.
Foul was called on Jenny Newhart. I think she came from behind and shoved the Kentucky State player.
And I'm glad you saw that, because the only person I saw was Recker, and I wasn't even paying attention to the official tonight. I guess that's the cold that's affecting me, and we'll see how well I do the rest of the game. If I don't catch too many of those, we'll be all right. Chris Hill looking for the open player. They dump it down inside to Yolanda Jones, but it's no good, but she did draw a foul.
Really the first inside action we've seen from Kentucky State is a foul on Jenny Newhart. They've been shooting the threes, and whenever they try to throw it inside, it's either thrown away or good defense. Had some turnovers inside, and now they get the foul.
And you saw that there, the reach in by Newhart. The hands weren't up.
We'll have some subs come in after the free throw. 3 starters coming back into the game. Conley, Dressler, and Jones.
And Yolanda Jones with an in and out for the first. We'll see a lot of substitutions in this evening's game. Eileen wants to give a chance for everybody to play and get a little bit of experience out of the game, but I'm sure you'll see the key players in if it stays as close as it is. It's 12-8 ball game. Dressler and Jones. Jones looking inside, finds Recker, but she's got 2 players all over, but she turns in to dump it down low and draws the foul. We'll see which person they give it to. 34, and that'll be Candace Johnson. It's the team's 4th foul, and that's Candace's first foul as well. Looking to find Lindy White outside. She drives the lane, shoots, no good. Nice rebound by Recker, and up and in, and they're going to call it no good, traveling before the shot.
It was a good shot by Kim Recker. She got the travel. I think we will see a lot of faces tonight, as you said before, with the substitutions. Coach Kleinfeld will try to get a lot of young players in there. The first meeting between Kentucky State and IPFW, almost a 60-point differential there. So Eileen Kleinfeld trying to probably play a lot to get a little experience.
That's right. Now's the type of game that you want to do that. You can't do that against your top teams, unfortunately. You got to have your key players in, but still the depth on IPFW. They've been able to substitute 3 and 4 other players and keep some people fresh on the floor. But for this evening, we're going to see a lot of players that haven't really touched the ball that much. And there's a short shot, but a rebound up and good by Yolanda Jones. A 12-10 ball game. IPFW only leading by 2 with 11:29. Going to go out front to Recker. Recker shoots and doesn't get the roll. Rebound by Kentucky Thoroughbreds, and they got a late foul there, and that wasn't a real smart one by Michelle Conley. She kind of reached around the body trying to grab the ball, and that was kind of an unnecessary foul.
Another freshman into the game for IPFW, 50 Tara Mazzullo, post player, replaces Kim Recker.
These players need to get some experience because we're going to lose some players next year, and one of those is Pam Edwards, and that's a big key under the basket. She's a battler under there, and they got to get some people who can get some time in and practice. And there's a real nice feed to number 35, Angela Johnson, and it's a tied-up ball game.
Angela Johnson.
Antonio Davis working the sidelines, continually talking to his players. He'd sure like a win this evening. Dawn Dressler drives the baseline, shoots and scores. Nice move by Dawn Dressler. She's really come along this year, and a lot more aggressive and she works a lot harder to get to the basket than I've seen in the past, and that's a real good sign your senior year. You've learned something, and it's really been a key for IPFW.
She has helped a lot. Senior leadership. Lindy Jones is the leading scorer as only a sophomore, but Dawn has stepped it up in a couple games to take control and to show some leadership.
That's right. Candace Johnson with the long bomb, and it was no good. IPFW rebounded, and they're going to look for an inside shot. Michelle Conley takes it a little bit behind the basket, and she didn't get the bounce. Came out. Kentucky State with a chance to tie it up again. 14 would be 14-all. It's 14-12 right now, unless they continue putting up the three, and we've seen quite a few of those so far this evening. Nice rebound by Lindy Jones. Wendy Recker looking. IPFW's offense needs to move. Michelle Conley. Dressler inside to the freshman. Tara Muzilla up and no good. And the speed of Kentucky State down the floor, and the shot was a little bit hard off the glass by Johnson.
Kentucky State can run, but just can't capitalize. They've had some fast breaks and some inside layups. Couldn't get to fall. Still only a 2-point game, though, with 9:20 left in the first half.
That's right. IPFW hasn't done anything to bury this team early. There's a nice turnaround shot by Dawn Dressler. And she's just going to have to take over underneath, as really we haven't had much outside play. And we've got a timeout by Kentucky State. They don't want to let that happen. They want to be able to shut IPFW out on the inside, as they have done so effectively so far here in the first half. Take a look there at the IPFW bench. Right there. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. Standing behind is Pam Edwards.
The College Cable Access Program Guide provides information about our programming, including IPFW Sports Telecast. To receive your free Channel 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to Channel 6 at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805, or call us at 481-6000.
And a couple of our young fans there enjoying the game this evening. Tell you, it's beautiful weather this evening. Come on out. There's another game right after this. The men will take on Kentucky State as well. So if you didn't get an opportunity to catch this, I know there'll be a lot of fans watching the Purdue-IU game, but hopefully some of you will tune in and watch Indiana-Purdue right here.
Yeah, I think it's a toss-up tonight whether to watch the IPFW Kentucky State or the Indiana-Purdue game. I don't know which one is bigger.
That and the Olympics, hopefully.
Yeah, and the Olympics on.
Tell you what, if you can't watch us, folks, tape it. Watch it later. We appreciate your viewing.
This may take precedence over the Olympics and over IU-Purdue.
I agree, but we'll see what happens here. Another shot this time. It was only a two-pointer by number 52, Daphne Johnson. And obviously that timeout worked a little bit. She was wide open for that shot, and IPFW needs to get moving on the offense. And almost a steal. The ball is moving a lot more quickly now on the outside. I'm sure they wanted to see that. Lindy Jones for three, and it didn't fall.
Good hustle by Dawn Dressler to knock it off the Kentucky State player out of bounds.
That's right, that's a senior move. Keep the ball on the offense for IPFW. Lindy Jones from the outside is going to dish it in. Out front to Perkins, inside to Conley. She turns it nowhere to go, as Cassandra Thomas was just right on her backside.
Conley not really paying attention, had no idea who was behind her.
That was a long three, but a rebound shot up, but no good. But we're going to have a foul. And that's good. We're going to go to the line again for Kentucky State. Foul's on number 32, Lindy Jones. That's her first foul, team fifth, and we take another look at that. She just reached out with the one hand. Frustration foul. And Kentucky State's had problems from the line as well this evening. Amy Perkins coming back into the lineup for Wendy Recker. We're also going to see number 23, Dottie Porch, into the ballgame.
Another freshman coming in for Coach K. Doesn't get a lot of playing time, but then again, against a team like Kentucky State, they could get a little experience and get Dottie's a great athlete, but just doesn't get a lot of floor time.
Well, hopefully we'll get to see her a little bit this evening here. And she does get the second one. So it's just a 1-point game for IPFW, 16-15, 8:15 remaining here in the first half of play. It's been awfully slow on the offense both ways, Eric.
8 minutes left here and only 16-15.
Michelle Conley with a prayer shot, no good. It's a little off. It didn't really look like it was a real good shot for IPFW at that time. They had time on the shot clock to set a better shot up, and they didn't. Antonio Davis, once again, doing a lot of talking to his players out there. They're not an extremely young team, but when you're a first-year coach, you know, even this far into the season, you have to get to know your players and be able to work with them, and that's just tough to do when you come into a program, especially like you said, Eric, in the GLVC. Programs have been established and new coaches. Kentucky State is looking to dish it off inside, and Daphne Johnson hits the short two.
I think what Coach Davis was trying to tell his players in a timeout, the three is not working. We could go inside, try to get a couple buckets, get back into this game, and they now lead by 1 point.
That's right, Lenny Jones from three, no good, and nice rebound by Michelle Conley right between two Kentucky State players, and she got fouled and is going to go to the stripe.
The third three-pointer put up by Lindy Jones this game already.
Daphne Johnson gets the foul. It's her second foul, team's fifth. So we haven't seen a lot of fouls, we just haven't seen a lot of action. We've seen a lot of running up and down, but not a lot of offense, and the shots have gone very early this evening. The shot clock really hasn't been a factor at all. And that was one thing Eileen said, if their defense can't force an up-tempo game, then they're going to have to take their time and make their offense work, and I don't think we've seen a lot of that yet this first half. First one was good, and the second one gets the roll. IPFW goes back on top, 18-17. Their biggest lead of the game was 7. Very early in the first half. There's a lot of young players on IPFW's floor, and I think other than a big win is just a win tonight, and a lot of chance for players to get some opportunity to touch the ball on the basketball floor and get some time in. Lindy Jones brings the ball down quickly. She's shut off nicely by Kentucky State, and Michelle Conley, nice eye seeing Dawn Dressler wide open, but nice hand, I believe. Leslie Gates got her hand on that one and knocked it out of bounds.
Not too sure Coach K looking for a big win here tonight, just probably looking for the win. Having some trouble the last couple games, so get the girls back on course here tonight with a good victory.
That's right, Lindy Jones. She's going to take that shot from the outside if she's open, and so will Dawn Dressler, but that was a little bit off, and she didn't get the foul. Rebound Kentucky State. IPFW's offense has had to come back very quickly. They haven't been able to pull out pressure on the basketball. Kentucky State's been moving the ball down the floor very quickly so far in this game, and I'd like to see a little bit more pressure by IPFW and slow that down. They've had some good times with their press, but I haven't seen anything of it tonight. Newhart comes in, gives Conley a rest. Kentucky State, once again, I believe they're going to look to go inside, but then again, we'll probably see a three thrown up about the time I say that. Nice move inside, Yolandra Jones. No good on the basket shot, but and there was no foul. It was a nice block by IPFW. They're going to go to her again. She shoots from the top of the key, and that's good for 2. So we haven't really seen her being effective from the rebounding position tonight, but she's got some points for Kentucky State, and she's keeping them right here in this ball game. Amy Perkins going to go outside to Lindy Jones. Lindy finds an open baseline, drives and shoots, and that's a nice move by Lindy to look underneath and see that no one was covering that baseline, and it was wide open.
Was a good feed from Amy Perkins. That's Lindy's shot right there. Drive baseline, or even from the top of the key, a little double pump and layup.
Shot in and out, no good. Rebound by IPFW. Dressler looks to shoot, but nowhere to go. Perkins tries to turn, move into the lane, and Good defense by Kentucky State. Newhart going to go cross court, and that was read all the way. Nice steal by number 34, Candace Johnson. She drives in. This time slows it down to get the layup and 2 points for the Thoroughbreds.
Not much effort there on the defensive part of Amy Perkins to get down the floor, as she probably is one of the quicker players on IPFW's team, but couldn't catch up there with Candace Johnson.
That's right. That was a behind the basket shot, and Dottie Porch was able to bring down the rebound for Kentucky. 3-point shot up and no good, and I guess they're going to try that every once in a while and throw IPFW off. So far it hasn't been effective, so it hasn't been a big factor in this game. Lindy Jones wide open from the key, no good, but she gets her own rebound. Nice follow on her shot, and Dottie Porch is struggling for the rebound inside and has nothing but green around her and drew a foul there. She tried to put that one back in.
Lindy usually hits that shot, the wide open jumper. Dottie did a good job inside when she got the ball to go straight up with all the defenders around her. As we see the replay here, 4 Kentucky State shirts around her, and she goes up and draws the foul.
It's a good move to see from a freshman. That's not something that's taught very easily. It's a lot of times it's just athletic capability, and or you don't see it till around their senior year, but you saw it there out of a freshman, and that's a good sign for IPFW down the road. Coming back in, Teresa Schreiber also is going to see some more time here.
Young squad on the floor for Coach K right now. 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a senior. But then again, she doesn't lose any at any position, really. Doesn't lose any power.
That's right. Kim Rucker, the only senior out on the floor, and the second shot was good. I would imagine, and I'm not sure if that is her first point so far this year. I'd have to look that up here, and we'll do that for you after the first half. Kentucky State trying to get down quickly. IPFW gets back on defense.
Good defense that time by Dottie Porch to knock it away. She can jump pretty good down there in the post. She's been doing a good job on the rebounds.
That's right, and checking our statistics, Dottie did get 2 points last game, so that's her 3rd point, so she is on the board in GLVC. We got to travel there. Leslie Gates looking for someone open, probably moved the pivot foot. I wasn't watching her feet. Antonio Davis, a little bit of dismay there as you saw on his face. Kim Rucker out to Lenny Jones. There's no one cutting. Shriver finally does cut and shoots no good. Nice block by Yolandra Jones, and a quick feed down court. Nice slow up, but a missed layup, and they can't afford to do that. Angela Johnson wide open, slowed up, waited, fake, and was unable to complete it.
Good hustle by Lindy Jones to get back and contest the layup.
Wendy Rucker looking to go inside, and then they do find Kim Rucker, but that was Lindy Jones that found her. And that's what IPFW is going to have to do, get some balls in the paint to get a couple points. It's 23-21, 2-point lead with only 3:10 here remaining in the first half. It's been a real slow game so far, but finally some baskets are starting to fall, and I'm sure both teams are going to talk about offense a little bit during this halftime. 3-point basket up and no good, but Yolandra Jones, and there's the offensive rebounds that we had heard about and hadn't seen so far in this game. And a putback
Candace Johnson puts up, that's her 4th or 5th 3-pointer, hasn't hit one yet, but they're still not afraid to put them up. And good defense down there by Jones. She knocked it away from Porch.
Tara Muzillo coming back in, a freshman replacing a freshman. Shot no good by Rucker from the outside, but we get a rebound. Mozilla called for the ball, but it was a little late. Kentucky State collapsed on defense, and they got a nice steal there. They're going to take it down the floor. It's a 2-on-1, and IPFW is just standing. They're not getting set up there. They could try to take a charge or even just shut off the baseline, and they're letting them bring it right down.
Not getting back. Kentucky State with good athletes out here playing good defense and getting breakaways. IPFW just not going for the defensive positioning.
That's right. Rucker there, popped it back outside. Mazzillo nowhere to go and just kind of loses the ball, but unfortunately gets out of bounds, and it's going to remain IPFW's basketball.
And as you said before, a very slow game, only 23-25. I'm sure it does not reflect on the last game between these two, where the score was 92-34. IPFW, probably the most points they put out this all season. Quick shot by Wendy Recker that time, no good.
Kentucky State going to try to pick up the tempo themselves in this game and get to Yolanda Jones, and no jump ball, and she puts it up and in. And
Kentucky State's just beating IPFW down the floor. They, like I said before, good athletes, but IPFW should be able to get back.
Lindy Jones for two herself, no good. Rebound for Kentucky State. We're going to have a travel there. And I think we have a hurt ankle as well. We'll see. She tries to put some weight on it. It's all right. Just a little bit of a twist as she came down wrong on it.
Hill will try to walk it off. Some more substitutions coming in for Coach K as we look at the bench.
Dressler and Conley. Obviously, they want to get a little bit back into this ballgame. They're down 4 here with 1:27 remaining. No need to go into the locker room behind this first half, and we'll see what happens. Recker finds Dressler, and Dressler, nice fake and a short shot, but Mazzillo with the rebound puts it back up, and that was a real good move.
Good box out on the offensive boards by Tara Mazzillo. Her first two of the ball game.
This time IPFW gets back on defense. They're unable to get the ball down the floor quickly, and they're going to have to set it up. Although
good move by Johnson. Missed the shot, got her own rebound, missed again, another rebound, and stripped by Dawn Dressler.
That's a missed chance for Kentucky State to even pull out a little bit more. Lindy Jones up and doesn't get the roll. And now we've got a little bit of a running game going here. We'll see what happens as Johnson brings it down. Nice effort by Dressler. And once again, she knocks it away. Chapin leads up the ball.
Candace Johnson dead tired. She barely makes it past half court.
Lindy Jones for two, ties it up 27 all with 28 seconds here. And we're going to see the press once again. IPFW's got to be ready to collapse back on that defense. Almost a steal, but they get back. I think we're going to almost see a last second shot here. There's a little bit of difference between the shot clock and the official time remaining, but it doesn't give IPFW much chance to set up. Nice move around Mazzillo, but the shot was no good by Gates, and IPFW Lindy Jones up and no good, but it's a tie ball game, 27 apiece here in the first half. It's kind of been a slowdown. We're going to see what happens after halftime. Both coaches get an opportunity to sit down and talk it out and see what they've been doing right and wrong on offense and on defense.
Kentucky State with 27 in the first half, almost as many as they scored in the whole game in the first contest against IPFW. Just seemed to be beaten. IPFW back down the floor. IPFW's transition defense is not stopping the Lady Thoroughbreds, as we're at 27-27 at halftime, and we'll be back after these messages.
I believe learning is making decisions. I believe learning is fun. I believe learning is being creative. I believe learning is different from knowing. I believe I can learn. These are statements made by children who have participated in the Literacy Workshop for Children, a program held each July on the campus of Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The program, developed by Dr. Nancy Cawthorn, utilizes personal interests of children to teach learning strategies practiced by lifelong learners. After initial assessment of literacy abilities, case reports on the learning needs of each child are begun. During the workshop, children work with graduate students and staff to explore a special interest. Such affirmation is important to young learners because self-concept is crucial to development of literacy abilities.
One of the primary goals of instruction is to teach children to be leisure learners, to teach them how to pursue their own interests whenever they're adults and no longer in a school setting. By valuing what's important to children while they're in the classroom, we're also valuing the children themselves. And we also have found that there is a transfer between school learning and home learning whenever we do stop to pay attention to what children are interested in. Whenever learning is fun for children, they'll be more willing to do it during school years as well as throughout their lives.
The ways in which students' interests are addressed are as different as the students themselves. Research has proven the program to be effective in changing the way children view themselves as learners. By personalizing learning, adults and children are able to see more clearly the responsibilities of acquiring knowledge and experience. They also appreciate the freedoms such an approach allows. A few projects designed by graduate students and children are dance,
Yeah, you see her sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. You don't know why, but you're dying to try. You wanna kiss the girl. Yes, you want her. Look at her, you know you do. Also, what she wants you to. There is one way to ask her. It don't take a word, not to sing a good word. Go on and kiss the girl. Sing with me now. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, my oh my. Look at that boy too shy. You gonna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, in that side, in the shade to ride. Gonna kiss the girl.
Sports.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I'll teach you about painting.
My name is Justin Banks. I'll teach you about painting. I'll fill the base running.
Hi, I'm Mike Beamer. I'm going to teach you about catching, first base, second base, shortstop, and third base. Here's how you knock a ball. With your fingernails on the ball, and you throw it.
About statistics with the new statistics series, Against All Odds. Children are the largest group of Americans below the poverty line. They have to reach higher for what healthcare, balanced meals, encouragement to learn. But with help early on, children in your community can gain the skills to get out from below the poverty line. It takes programs like Success by 6 and people like you to help them take the first step. Call to learn more. Change the world of a child, and you change the world.
There is a need in your own hometown. Please join your local chapter.
For over 2 millennia, Western society has generated a rich visual tradition of painting, sculpture, and architecture. What do these images mean? How can we understand them? Art of the
outlook on what it's like when you don't wear a safety belt.
These are misunderstandings. Misunderstandings that if we see mental illness for what it really is, a medical disease. A disease that can be treated if you just know where to turn. For an informative booklet, call the American Mental Health.
Excuse me, ma'am, can you help us? I'm sorry, Sir, please help our brother. Ma'am, we need some blood for our brother. Please. Sir? Please, ma'am. Our brother really needs blood. Can you help us?
Imagine if you had to ask for blood to save the life of someone you love. Next time the American Red Cross asks, give blood, please.
A lot of my friends have already retired. But I wasn't ready for that. So I'm still teaching. Time to leave for America. I decided to join the Peace Corps.
My hero? Having
But to the kids they've reached, they're heroes.
My hero? Mrs. Wooten. If I don't get through to that child, who knows, maybe no one else will.
Teachers have the power to wake up minds, to be heroes, to make a difference. Reach for that power. Teach. Find out how by calling 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher and be a hero.
What comes to your mind when you think about mathematics? Clowns, street sweepers, the Red Sox, robots, the weather, earthquakes, Disney World, pineapples, conventions, parking tickets, fishing? If these practical applications of contemporary mathematics didn't make your list, you should watch public television's math series For All Practical.
plan, Mike?
I think we'll go home and make a sandwich. It's okay.
Support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Vince, come on, we'll land. This headbanging is more fun than going through a windshield.
Good night from Iron Maiden. Drive home safe. Remember to strap yourselves in with your safety belts. You don't want to end up like Eddie. Belt up. Don't be a dummy.
The new I'm Saul Garfunkel, and the series is called In Simplest Terms. Join me as we bring college algebra down to earth.
We're back, and it's a tied-up ball game here, 27 apiece. We got a few statistics we'll fill you in here from the first half of play. IPFW taking on Kentucky State at the Hilliard Gates Center, better known as the IPFW Mastodons to me. That's been my title for the many years I've been here. And we'll take a look at what happened in the first half. For Kentucky State, they're only shooting 37% from the field. And IPFW from the field is only shooting 23%. And other than the free throws, where they've been 6 of 8, shooting 75% IPFW, that is basically what's kept the score where it is, all tied up.
Yeah, not real impressive in the first half. Some of the leading scorers not getting the job done. Lindy Jones only she has 7 points, but she's 3 for 12 from the field right now. She's got 7 rebounds as well. Dawn Dressler leading the Lady Dons with 8 points. For Kentucky State, Angela Johnson and Yolandra Jones with 9 apiece. Candace Johnson, second leading scorer on the team, only with 4 right now. She's 2 for 12. But really not great shooting by either team tonight, 37 and 23%.
That's right, IPFW's also been effective from the bench. There's a lot of players that have scored, but they assists here. Northern Kentucky with 7, IPFW 7 rebounds. 24 IPFW with 4 more, 28 steals. We're even up at 3 turnovers, 11 for Northern Kentucky, and that's been a factor for keeping them down where they are. IPFW only with 6 block shots, 1 for Kentucky, 2 for IPFW, and team fouls stand at 6 and 5, and that's made the game at least move along here in the first half. And we'll see if that's how it stands at the second.
Take a look at the rebounds, 24 to 28.
We would have read it, but the screen was
almost.
It was on the floor, and we didn't see it. I finally pushed the button when you told me there was the other shot.
Almost as many rebounds as there is points on the board, 24 to 28 with the rebounds, because there's been a lot of missed shots here and second chance opportunities for each team. And 2 turnovers here to start off the second half. One by IPFW, then the double dribble called on Kentucky State.
IPFW looking to go inside. Jenny Newhart, but we're going to have a foul before the shot. It's going to be a push, and I believe it's going to be on Yolanda Jones.
Jenny Newhart with the turnaround, bank shot, no good.
So Kentucky State, so far, nobody on the board offensively. I'm not sure coaching in the locker room can change that. The players on the floor have to change that, but hopefully something was said about setting up their offense. And there's a nice pass underneath to Michelle Conley, and a strong move to get 2 there.
Basket to number 10, Michelle Conley.
So it's a 29 to 27 lead for IPFW, and Kentucky State looking to go inside. Nice move by number 52. Daphne Johnson.
Was a good move on the inside. They've been taking a lot of threes.
Michelle Conley looking to go inside. Shut off by Kentucky State. Inside of Newhart, nice movement for the ball for IPFW so far, and that opened up that shot for Wendy Recker.
Good ball movement that time to get Wendy Recker the layup.
IPFW will be very effective if they can keep that type of ball control and movement going here in the second half. Kentucky State didn't have any idea where the shot was going to come from. And we had a turnover for Kentucky State. IPFW with the basketball. There's a nice shot of both coaches. Both of them standing up here.
And here in the second half, I'd have to say, I looked down at the bench, and the first half, Pam Edwards sat on the bench in street clothes. Now the second half, she comes out and she's all dressed, ready to play. We might see her here in the second half.
That would be quite interesting, seeing how we were told we wouldn't see her this game, but you're right, she is in her dress uniform. And Kentucky State with the ball down low and losing it out of bounds. That's right.
14th turnover of the game for K-State. Coach Kleinfelter probably not too happy with the inside work tonight, so she asked Pam if she'd like to suit up. And almost a turnover at the end for Fort Wayne.
That's right. Dawn Dressler's going to take the ball out of bounds for IPFW and see if they continue that ball movement and looking for the open person. Nice open shot for Dawn, and you can't really miss those. No one at all on her. And thought we were gonna have a jump ball, but a lot of mishandling, and it ends up in Lindy Jones' hands.
A rebound and another turnover for Kentucky State. Kentucky State only down 4 in this game, but 15 turnovers, not what Coach Davis is looking for.
Nice recovery of the basketball by Dawn Dressler, but it didn't work, and Kentucky State has a chance here for a free too. And they're gonna get it out of number 35, Angela Johnson.
2 points, number 35, Angela Johnson.
So Kentucky State with a nice fast break. The eyes were wide open on that one with the rebound. They're very quick, and IPFW's been lacking getting down the floor this evening. They're not that slow. They've got the ability to go right with them, but no one has really moved quickly on defense. And a
Point
shot.
guard Wendy Recker got the rebound, kicked it out to Dresser, got it back, and hit the open jump shot. Gets a reward for good work.
Well, those open jump shots, they're going to have to be made. Somebody's got 2 on them, somebody's open. 16:40 here in the second. Shot up and no good by Daphne Johnson. And IPFW will get the basketball out of bounds.
Into the game, Kentucky State number 54, Leslie Gates.
Leslie Gates coming in for Kentucky State. They had 4 players that were crossed off their lineup for this evening, so they've only got 3 players sitting on the bench. They're fairly shallow. So IPFW, if they work real hard here, could tire Kentucky State out a little bit and make this a little bit different of a ball game, at least score-wise. Kentucky looking to go inside. We haven't seen that 3 yet. There's a steal by Wendy Recker.
And a wide open layup. Recker with a quick 6 points here in the first 4 minutes of the second half to stretch the lead to 6 for IPFW.
We've seen a lot of substitutions for Kentucky State. We're going to have a timeout here as it's 37-31, 6-point lead. And that's the largest lead we've seen since the very beginning of the ball game when IPFW were out by 7. Look at the bench there. Michelle Conley looking a little bit tired.
Tune in to Channel 6 Saturday, February 26th at 7:30 p.m. to watch the Volley Cars from Ball State University take on the IPFW Volleydons for a piece of the MIVA conference title. Catch all the action of IPFW volleyball right here on Channel 6. Should be a pretty exciting match. IPFW Volleydons left for Ohio State this morning.
There's a real young player, probably a future basketball player, checking out today's game. Not too sure. I don't think about being on camera.
Little camera shy there, not a natural actor.
And one of our water girls helping out our team, helping out IPFW during this last break. Chance here for Eileen to talk about what's going right. And there's a couple players we saw a halftime game from a couple local schools, and chance to get some free playing time on a college floor. Kentucky State gets the ball out of bounds. And we'll see what they changed here or didn't change. And I'm sure they're going to try to move the ball. They've kind of been standing as well. They look inside to Yolanda. She had nowhere to go, but a nice short jump shot, no good. A rebound, up and no good. And Yolanda gets her, doesn't get the rebound. Number 52, Daphne Johnson does, and she gets a foul.
Kentucky State went to the boards hard that time and got the payment for it. They'll line up on the free throw line and take a look at the instant replay here. The foul, I believe, on Michelle Conley. She kind of undercut Jones.
Good effort by Kentucky State to get a chance to go to the stripe, if not the easy two. First one's good. And so is the second one, 37 through 33. It's now a 4-point ball game. And Indiana Purdue is going to have to keep up that quick offense and move that ball around, not give Kentucky State a chance to drop back on defense. Out to Lindy Jones. She throws it up, no good. And Lindy's been off since that first three that she threw up to start the game out for IPFW, at least from the outside. Kentucky State with the ball. They're going to look to go inside. We haven't seen them throw up the three like they did the first half. Turnaround shot, no good by Daphne Johnson.
And the basket put up by Daphne Johnson. She got the rebound, put it back in for two, and it's only a 2-point game.
Dawn Dressler driving and shooting, no good, but we've got a foul. We were talking about the low fouls in the first half, and so far we've got 3 here in the second. Not too bad. We're going to look at that one more time. And
Caught the end of it.
That's right. Foul on number 54, Leslie Gates. Coming out of the game is Lindy Jones. Amy Perkins heads in. It's again Wendy Record and Amy Perkins. Both have opportunities to run the offense throughout the season. From the line, Dawn Dressler, and she sinks that one. Kentucky State coming back down to see what they try to do. They're going to try to go inside. Michelle Conley and Kim Recker really working hard underneath the basket to not allow that shot. And there's a three-pointer, and that's a nice basket by number 30, Angela Johnson. 35 got that.
She ties it up at 38 with 14 and a half left in the game.
There was no questions about that three. We're gonna have a foul here on Kentucky State as Kim Recker tried to put it up right under the basket. The foul is on number 21, Yolanda Jones. That is her 3rd foul. We're going to take a look again there. She puts it up, and Yolanda reaches up and over the back. Gets a little bit of the arm. Sends Recker to the line. That's a short first shot there. And here we see Pam Edwards coming in for Michelle Conley.
Edwards started the game off in street clothes with an injury, wasn't going to play. Not too sure what was wrong with her.
That's right. I didn't get an opportunity. No one said anything to me about Pam not being dressed, and definitely with an opportunity to come into the game. I'm not sure if maybe she wasn't feeling well, and they thought they'd have a chance in this game to let her rest and catch up. But
and immediately in, she gets a rebound, puts the shot up, and she gets fouled. She's already made something happen. First 10 seconds she's in the game. I would have to think that Coach Kleinfelter thought they weren't doing the job inside, so at halftime went to Pam and asked her if she could play, try to bring the team back to form. Pam now in the game.
We'll see if we can find out here why she didn't start, at least dressed. Pam misses the first, but obviously only 10 seconds into the ball game, she needs a chance to warm up a little bit. Free throws are an important key. IPFW did very well in the first half, hitting 75% from the stripe. And she misses 2, but Dawn Dressler with a good rebound, and it's going to give IPFW a chance here to set up their offense and try it once again. Bad pass by Amy Perkins. 4 players down the court for Kentucky State. We got a quick basket by number 52, Daphne
And there
Johnson.
again, as we saw in the first half, but that time it may have been a little worse. I think all 5 players from Kentucky State beat IPFW down the floor.
Right. And Pam Edwards with nice pass out to Dawn Dressler. Nice move and no good in and out. Pam battling for the rebound.
We just got word that the reason Pam was sitting out was to get a little rest. She's had some physical problems this year, and I guess going from the first game, 92-34 victory, Coach Kleinfelter thought they could rest Pam. This game a little tougher.
That's right. IPFW down by 2, 40-38, and they needed to get her into the ball game. And there's another basket, and that's Johnson again. And we haven't seen a lot from Daphne. We were talking about her being one of their lead scorers for Kentucky State, and obviously she's getting a hot hand here in the second half.
IPFW trying to go into Pam Edwards again, but ball knocked away. I'm sure Pam probably didn't mind getting dressed in the second half. I know Pam loves to play. This is her senior year. She doesn't mind coming in when she's needed.
That's right. Pam's an aggressive player. Has played very well after coming back from a knee injury that most thought she wouldn't. Wasn't it? I believe it was a knee injury, or was it an Achilles injury?
She had the Achilles. She had both feet operated on.
That's a tough one to come back on, but Pam's back out on the floor here to finish out her senior year at IPFW. And
good step in by Kim Recker to get the turnover. That's the 17th turnover for Kentucky State.
I do recall now seeing Pam walk around with crutches and casts on her legs. Short shot by Recker, and it's going to stay out of bounds to White as Kentucky State tries to save it. But
all the calls are going IPFW's way, getting the ball, a lot of second chance opportunities. Can't get them to go. They trail by 4 right now and just have to get something going here if they want to stretch this game out.
IPFW trails by 4. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Pam Edwards has decided to drive down the baseline and draws a foul. That's the experience that has been lacking with her not on the floor. And you see Dawn Dressler there in that replay. Wendy Recker, and she gets the roll.
Kind of forced the shot as she drove inside. It was a good move. It had 2 defenders on her. Got the good shooter's roll. Cut the lead to 2.
Kentucky State trying to pull out a little bit on this one. Tough to go against Edwards, and there's that block shot. And they're going to see that happening now with her underneath the basket. There's going to be a lot of hands in their face.
It was a good entry pass to Candace Johnson, and Pam Edwards just got the good block to stop her on D. Edwards wide open to the basket. Oh, couldn't get it to go. Think she didn't expect to be that wide open.
I don't think so. Sometimes that really catches you by surprise. But Pam's good at doing that, finding the wide open lane, turning and moving. That time it just didn't fall. It's still just a 2-point deficit for IPFW. They're going to look to go inside. Edwards crashing down low. Nice defense. And they're going to have to put the ball back out front. We got a 3-point shot up, no good, and rebound Wendy Recker.
Candace Johnson, I don't know what her percentage is from 3-point line, but she's 0 for 7 today, I think. Not shooting too well from the three-point line, but she's not going to quit putting them up.
Lindy Jones going to come in the game, and also entering back for Kentucky State is Yolanda Jones, and I think they want that height back down in there against Pam Edwards. But there's a big difference in height and Pam's experience and build underneath that basket.
And some experience in Pam's heart and aggressiveness too, I'd have to say.
I sure wouldn't want to battle. I've said that many times against the post, and right there shows a little bit of enthusiasm that she can bring out on the basketball floor.
Very good move from Pam. I think that is what Coach Kleinfelter's looking for. Somebody to get the team pumped up. Pam gets her first 2 of the game, and she'll go to the line. Still trying to get loose as she hops up and down at the free throw line.
I think she'd like to see this one fall. She missed the first 2 from the line. A lot of substitutions, like we said, come from Kentucky State. When you only got 3 players sitting on the bench, you don't want anybody in foul trouble, number 1. Number 2, you got to give some people some rest. And so everybody's rotating in for them this evening.
Edwards misses her 3rd.
So Pam 1 to 4 from the line. And the shot is no good, but a foul. So we're going to see Cassandra Thomas go to the line. He's going to be out of bounds. So that's only the 2nd foul on IPFW.
Foul on Pam Edwards. She tried to help out on the D. And I think we have a timeout from IPFW. A Exactly 11 minutes left here on the clock here in the game. 42-42, tied up score.
And we'll be right back for more GLVC basketball action right after these messages.
Jobs. It's top priority with many Hoosiers today. Good jobs with good futures. That's what Ivy Tech in Fort Wayne specializes in, training good people for good jobs. The skilled jobs Indiana's future needs.
Ivy Tech, what Indiana needs to grow. Call for enrollment information.
We're back, and it's still all tied up here. It's tied up 27-27 at the half, and it's a 42 apiece here with 11 minutes remaining, and Kentucky State is at the line right now. Thoroughbreds hanging in this game. IPFW really hadn't played a real aggressive ball game, but Pam Edwards is in, and we've seen a little bit of change in the attitude from the players on the floor since she's come in. And the first one's good. Nice Mike net as you hear that one hit, nothing but net. Good crew here, works real hard to give you the chance and opportunity to watch these games while you're sitting at home. But like I said before, it's a real good chance to come out here and see some good basketball, both men's and women's, and a lot of the programs out here in IPFW are definitely worthy of your support.
And if you're not going to watch the Indiana-Purdue game or the Olympics, you better get out here quick. The place is starting to fill up. Maybe a sellout tonight. I don't know how many people we got on hand right now, but
Lindy Jones looking to go inside to Edwards, and they're boxing out. And I tell you, there's 2 to 3 people on Pam there. Somebody's got to be open. You're going to have to find the open player.
Lindy Jones was wide open that time, but Barb Derry tried to go inside and threw it away. Another freshman in the lineup for Coach K.
Kentucky State moving the ball around now. Playing with a little bit more confidence.
Another three-pointer missed by Candace Johnson.
They're not afraid to throw it up, obviously. We've seen a lot so far in this game. Lindy Jones drives the lane, shoots, and doesn't get the roll, but she's got a foul. Coming in, Dawn Dressler. Barb Derry takes a seat.
Lindy Jones averaging 16 points on the season.
That one falls a little bit short. Lindy being the lead scorer for IPFW, followed by Pam Edwards. A little bit of pressure put on by Wendy Brecker. Would have been a nice double team there if Dawn Dressler would have closed that off, but she found a nice lane to drive through, and Kentucky State still looking for that open player. A lot of time standing in the paint there. They finally move out, and they look to go inside.
Good defense there by Pam Edwards.
Pam's always watching the ball. Got her hands totally on that. That was read very well by Pam Edwards. Lindy Jones, they find Pam wide open. She dishes it off to Newhart, though, and she's fouled. And I think they're going to take their chance and put IPFW to the line here in the second half. They haven't been as effective as they were in the first. And it's tied up 43 apiece with 9:31 here remaining. So Kentucky State's very much into this ball game right now. And I think the longer the game goes and the closer they stay, the more confidence they're going to play with. And it's going to be tough for IPFW. That's one of the things that happens a lot of times when you play a team that's ranked lower than you. They make the game be played to their tempo, and so far we've seen a lot of that.
And really, Kentucky State has nothing to lose. IPFW 14-8 right now, may still be in contention for the tournament, but Kentucky State 3-17, not a whole lot there. Could just come in and try to play their game and get a big upset.
That's right. Another three-point attempt, in and out. It's not that too many have been short. They've been there. They just haven't been right on. And
I didn't expect that shot by the 5'11" Leslie Gates, center, going out and taking the three-pointer.
Well, and that's one thing Eileen was worried about. She said all the post players will come out and take that three. Nice move by Dawn Dressler.
Good baseline move by Dressler. Thought about dishing off to Pam Edwards, but she went ahead and took it herself all the way. IPFW now by 4.
And we got another timeout in the ball game. Kentucky State doesn't want to let this get away from them, as we were talking about. If they can stay in this ball game, they've got a chance, but they don't want to let IPFW stretch out any kind of lead.
Tune in Thursday evening at 6 to see more Lady Don basketball action as the Lady Flyers from Lewis University take on IPFW. Then at 8 o'clock, the Mastodons play host to the Flyers from Lewis University as well. Catch all the action of IPFW basketball right here on Channel 6.
And even more fans.
More fans, they're standing. They may not be able to get a seat. That mother and daughter standing over by the Royal Dons apparel may be looking for a seat right now as this place is starting to fill up.
Offering some water to the officials as they do as much running as the players do on the floor. Most of the time that's sisters of the players on the team. They can fill those positions. Gives them a chance to be a part of IPFW basketball. Maybe a recruit down the road. A long way down the road, but still a recruit.
Little advantage there for Coach K.
That's right.
You remember when I let you be a water girl at my games?
But a lot of experience to get a chance to watch college play. Kentucky State trying to look for the open player. IPFW playing an effective zone right now.
Another three heaved up there by Candace Johnson. That's got to be her 7th or 8th shot. Hasn't hit one yet.
Edwards with a powerful rebound. And like I said, you don't want to be around her arms if she's going to pull one down, because she's going to come down swinging and make sure that she's wide open.
Wendy Recker, another good drive, lost control of the ball. Let's scramble for it, and Recker will pick it back up. She'll drive again.
Looking to get it into Edwards. Edwards wants the ball badly. She's calling for it because she's going to turn around and shoot. And
she got it to go. Made it worth Wendy Recker's while.
Tell you, when you can hear it up here, you know she wants the ball. Give it to her.
Pam's got the vocal ability to get the ball thrown into her.
And the outside jumper, good, by Daphne Johnson.
Answered right back by Kentucky State. Still a 4-point lead for the Lady Dons. About 7.5 left to go in the game.
Johnson getting the hot hand finally for Kentucky State. Like I said earlier, she's one of their leading scorers. Turnaround jumper, no good this time by Edwards. She's unable to get the rebound and put a little pressure on, but they're going to get the ball down the floor. Kentucky State always looking for the man open underneath the basket. This time IPFW, their defense, able to get back covered. Another 3-point shot, and this one's good by number 35, Angela Johnson.
Awkward looking shot by Angela Johnson, but I think that's her 2nd or 3rd three-pointer of the night.
That's right. She lights it up, and it's a 1-point game for IPFW. Kentucky State right back in. IPFW needs to score here on this possession. Try to quiet things down. Dawn Dressler drives, was really hacked on the arm. No call, though. And Dawn needs to get back down on the floor for defense and help out. Daphne going to throw right back up. Angela with the miss, out of bounds, IPFW. Tell you, make one, she had a lot of confidence there. Johnson decided to throw it right back up again. No time off, pretty much off the shot clock, and this time it was way off.
Get a break as she's replaced by Michelle Conley. Pam did a good job getting the team back into the game. Came in, had a couple buckets, some big rebounds, played some good defense.
IPFW barely really hanging on to the lead in this game. They were struggling for a while, and Kentucky State actually led for a couple minutes in the game. Lindy Jones, outside to Perkins. It'll be a 2. She gets it, and she does.
Wendy Reckers stepped up her scoring here in the second half. She's got about 10 points here in the second half alone. Wendy only went for 3 points in the first half.
I apologize for that miscue. Nice rebound by Lindy Jones. I think everybody's had a cold this winter, but for me, this is my first, and I'm going to pay heavily for that.
Well, at least it came after the baby. And
That's right. Just had a baby 4 weeks ago, so we're trying to get back into the ball game. And it's kind of difficult, but Jenny Newhart with the turnaround shot. Yolanda Jones with one of her rebounds tries to go down court. Nice eyes by Lindy Jones.
turnover number 18 for Kentucky State.
That's been one of the main factors that really has cost the game so far for Kentucky State.
Really, I'd have to say that's what kept IPFW in the game, is Kentucky State playing very well except for the turnover.
That's right. And we got a tied up ball there, jump ball. Possession arrow, I believe, is Kentucky State's. We can't see the lights from up here, so we have to wait until the officials call it from the scorer's table.
Turnover for IPFW on the jump ball. I don't know how many that is for them. Pam Edwards replaces Jenny Newhart. She's back in the game.
Kentucky State going to try to move the ball, get it inside. I wouldn't be surprised, though, to see Johnson throw it up from the outside, but there was a nice inside move and a basket by number 52, Daphne Johnson. And I think she's going to get her average for the Knights out here.
Kentucky State right back in this game, only down one. IPFW can't seem to stretch it out.
Wendy Recker. Dressler looking inside. Edwards trying to cut down low.
Good pass in by Lindy Jones to Pam Edwards. She'll take it back out to Recker.
On Dressler, and she gets two. Way to look for the open person, not to take the shot if they're not
Good
open.
drive by Wendy Recker to get Don Dressler open.
Kentucky State trying to keep this game close. Double team, but she still ends up with the ball and a shot, no foul, and a second attempt and no foul. She hit her head on the floor. That's Daphne Johnson. I think that's going to hurt Kentucky State if she ends up coming out of the game. And we're going to call for the trainer to come out. She hit her head fairly hard on the floor. We'll be right back after these messages.
Team spirit is alive and well at IPFW. That's because IPFW has established itself as an athletic power, not only regionally, but nationally. With 11 major sports, IPFW offers talented student athletes great opportunities. Success and support of IPFW athletics comes solely from the fans, students, faculty, alumni, and the prestigious Royal Dons Club. The Royal Dons Athletic Club has over 500 members who financially support IPFW athletics, enabling the university to provide scholarships to deserving athletes. Members will receive one or all of the following: season passes to all sporting events, special seating, hospitality room, plus Royal Dons apparel and gifts. In May of '94, IPFW will host the men's collegiate Final Four volleyball championships. Royal Dons will be first in line to purchase preferred seating. Be a part of the winning tradition. Join the Royal Dons Club. We need your support. Call IPFW Athletics. Get into the team spirit.
And we're back. We're going to see a replay here of that injury of number 52, Daphne Johnson. And we see her, she puts it up, gets it back, puts it up, and we can't quite see her fall back there, but she hit her head really hard on the floor.
Running backwards, she tripped, looked like over Lindy Jones' foot. Mike Yale, the trainer, has her up. Thinks she knows where she is. She might. May not have any idea who she is, but they'll replace her in the game. Mike will take her to the sidelines, give her a few aspirin.
Tell you what, Kentucky State's really going to hope that she can get back here the last couple minutes of play. She's one of their leading scorers, and she's been out in the first half as far as scoring for the Thoroughbreds, and she's really become effective here for Kentucky State, and that could hurt them. Yolanda Jones hits the first, and if she makes this one, it's back to a one-point ball game. Wasn't sure we were going to get a foul on that play until she fell on the floor and didn't get up. foul was called on Michelle Conley. That was her third. We didn't get an opportunity to tell you that. It is a one-point ball game. And IPFW really needs to keep up the aggressiveness here that we've seen a little bit out of Edwards in the second half and try to get some buckets, try to get it into her and let her take it and get fouled.
They're double and triple teaming Pam Edwards down there on the post. IPFW is trying to get the ball to her. Michelle Conley with a wild shot kind of forced that one.
That's right, no call as Gates hit the floor and Conley kind of stumbled. They're letting them play. A one-point game, 3:45. Like I said, I think Kentucky State's going to be real effective here in the end of the last 2 minutes if they're this close in the game. They want to win, and I don't blame them.
They know they have a chance, too.
That's right. Shot up and no good. Good rebound by Lindy Jones, boxing out underneath. Recker over to Conley. Conley looking nowhere to go down low. Edwards for the screen, but Lindy Jones doesn't take it. Shoots without it, and no call as Michelle Conley was over the back. Recker ended up with it, and then we're going to get a foul on Yolanda Jones.
Wendy Recker, another rebound for the little point guard, but she got fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line for two.
And that's Yolanda Jones' fifth foul. So Kentucky State with one less player, they only have 2 on the bench.
They're down to 6 now that Daphne Johnson got hurt. They have 1 fouled out. They started with 8 players. 2 of them are gone.
And we take a look at that foul right there by Yolanda as she goes out, just trying to play aggressive because once again they're in this game. They're only down 1 point, and I think just that tight score is allowing their players to play aggressively, and unfortunately fouled her out.
Well, Daphne Johnson, after hitting her head on the floor, is back in the ball game. So I assume she's okay.
That or the same reason as Pam Edwards is in there.
She needs to be in there.
She needs to be in there. Really some key buckets right here. Recker needs to hit those and sinks the first one. And makes it a 2-point ball game. If she hits this, it'll be back up to 3. See if we see any patience off Kentucky State to continue to put the ball down.
And that's costly right there. Michelle Conley called from entering the lane early will take away Wendy Recker's free throw, which would have made it a 3-point game. Now only a 2-point game with about 3 minutes left.
IPFW putting on the press. Almost a steal by Recker, but it's a 2-on-1 game.
Good defense by Pam Edwards to get the block. Kentucky State with a rebound and a bucket.
Big bucket there for Kentucky State. Ties it up and a chance to go ahead by 1 if the free throw is made. That foul, take a look at that one more time. She just turns around, puts it up, and Angela Johnson will be on the line for 1.
Foul was called on Lindy Jones. That was only her second foul. Jenny Newhart to replace Pam Edwards. And we're going to have a timeout here from IPFW. 2:57 left in the ball game. Tie ball game, 54-54.
That's right, Angela Johnson clapped her hands as she left the free throw line there. She's excited and knows that they have a chance to go up with the next shot. IPFW's bench there, and I'm sure Eileen has something to say to them, as I'm sure she didn't expect to find this game tied up with 2:57 remaining. And I'm sure Kentucky State probably didn't think they would be tied up at the game with 2:57 remaining, but a new coach could be pretty optimistic. Maybe he was.
I couldn't say they could have expected a tie ball game with 3 minutes left after the, I'd have to say, pounding they took at Kentucky State. Almost a 60-point game.
But I think you got to consider we've seen a lot of fresh faces for IPFW. She's given the players a chance to play, and I don't think you're going to see any of them here in the last 3 minutes of the game. And that may have been a costly factor, thinking that they would be able to open this up here in the second half and have not been able to. Offensively, we don't have the exact percentage from the field, but IPFW having a few problems, and Kentucky State, if it wasn't for their turnovers, would probably have even more of a lead. And they make that one, so it's 55-54. They once again take the lead in the game, and IPFW really needs to work the ball here and use their 30 seconds to get a good shot. Lindy Jones with the basketball. They're going to dump it inside of Newhart. Turnaround off the glass. Nice kiss off the glass for Jenny Newhart.
Good basket by Jenny Newhart. Put the Lady Dons back up by 1 with 2.5 left in the ballgame.
Kentucky State. Opportunity here for 3, and they get it out of Gates. Leslie Gates hits the three-pointer. Not a time for them to get hot from the outside.
Leslie Gates didn't even think about that one, had the confidence to put it up from 3.
It's a
Missed her only other attempt.
And Lindy Jones, but I believe they're only going to give her 2. Calder had a foot on the line. It's tough to see from this angle, so we give that to the officials. It's tied up 58 apiece, 1:58 remaining.
Almost a steal by Lindy Jones.
And a bad shot choice by Kentucky State, but they do get the rebound up and good by Daphne Johnson. And we've got a whistle. And I'm not sure what we've got.
Some discussion going on between the referees and the Kentucky State coach.
Kentucky State leading by 2. I'm sure he wants whatever it is to make sure he knows what's going on as they find themselves in the lead here.
They call Coach Kleinfelder over for a little discussion. Don't know what the problem is. Seems to be resolved, whatever it was. There's no change in the score, the time, or anything. IPFW basketball, both coaches happy. Coach Kleinfelder may not be too happy, trailing by 2 with almost a minute and a half left.
That's right, moved by Michelle Conley, and she doesn't get the roll. Not a rebound. IPFW really needs to be crashing the boards right now, and that's a smart move by Kentucky State as IPFW had Gates double teamed under the basket, and she had nowhere to go.
Good pressure down there, wouldn't let Gates outlet.
60 to 58, 1:33 here remaining, and IPFW finds herself trailing by 2 here in the second half. And we'll be right back after these short messages.
Plus Royal Dons apparel and gifts. In May of '94, IPFW will host the Men's Collegiate Final Four Volleyball Championships. Royal Dons will be first in line to purchase.
We're back, and Kentucky State controls the basketball and as well the lead of this game, 60 to 58. The fans trying to get behind the IPFW Lady Dons and get them going. Almost a steal by Lindy Jones, but it opened up a shot, no good. Nice rebound by Jenny Newhart.
Michelle Conley thrown to the floor by Daphne Johnson that time, no foul call.
1:10 remaining, IPFW looking for an open basket. They need to get a good shot.
Big trip right here for the Dons. And a timeout called. Scary whistle that time. No one knew what was happening.
That's right. Eileen Kleinfelder called a timeout from the sideline. She wants to discuss this, I'm sure. She needs a basket on this possession, and she's going to make sure she can get one. Some more people coming in to watch the game. Oh, it's a Lady Eagle. It's one of the players that played at halftime. We value the fans here. Anyone that can come out and watch it's well appreciated. It's also a good program, and usually you're going to see a really good ball game. A little bit of camera shy.
Some younger spectator that
here to watch the game, not be on TV, obviously.
Maybe not too interested in the game, as some might think, as those younger spectators are.
That's right. But they're having a good time in the stands, and that's what's important. Everybody leaves having a good time. I guess it's whether you watch the game while you're here or not. You go home happy, we're happy. But right now, I don't think players are going to go home happy unless they can start doing something in this ball game as they trail by 2.
Big possession here for the Lady Dons. Minute 4 on the clock, down 2.
17 seconds left on the shot clock. So they've got some time. They had ticked off there before they called the timeout. They're looking to go low. No one was open. Come out to the front. Lindy Jones is going to take the shot, and it's in and out, no good. Rebound by Kentucky State, and there's going to be a foul by Lindy Jones. Nice rebound by number 52, Daphne Johnson. That's real important. And that's only the team 5th foul as we take another look at it. And she just holds the ball, and Lindy reaches right in around that arm. And we got another quick foul. IPFW is going to have to put them to the line. Not allowed them to use that 30-second shot clock. 42 seconds remaining. It's still a 2-point ball game for the Thoroughbreds. One of their few leads of the game, but right now it's at a crucial time. And another foul, and this time 52, Daphne Johnson will go to the line.
Foul number 52, Lindy Jones. Team 7.
They're now in the bonus. And IPFW's got to hope for a missed shot here. And a rebound was there's only 39 seconds left remaining on the clock, and they're down 2. One shot makes it a 3-point basket, and if she sinks both of these, they need 2 possessions. And the first one's good, and Kentucky State's going to go back.
Coach Davis pulls his players off the line for no foul. 3-point game right now.
And that was a crucial miss, but IPFW hasn't been effective from the 3-point line, so they're going to either have to go down low and hope for a 2-point and a foul, and we got a timeout by Lane Kleinfelter.
Another timeout by the Lady Dons. They're going to talk it over, see if they'll go for 3 or 2. Right now, with 32 seconds in the game, 23 on the shot clock, I could say they could go for a 2 and get a quick foul, or take a chance at the 3-pointer.
I'm curious that they don't substitute Edwards in at this time and try to get the ball to her low under the basket and let her go at it and see if she can't draw a foul and get the basket. She's one of the stronger players underneath. She had played really well while she's in. Right now, she's not. She's sitting on the bench, and there's no substitution taking place. So it'll be real interesting, like you say, to see if they go for that 2 in the foul or try that 3-point.
Plus, Pam has a lot of confidence. It wouldn't bother her at all to take the shot with 15, 20 seconds left to try to pull them within 1, get the foul. But Kleinfelter sticks with the same lineup. Don Dressler key it in. 32 seconds left in the ball game.
IPFW needs to move, and they finally do. Lindy Jones, and she's going to take the 3. Doesn't get it, but a nice rebound by Michelle Conley. Back out to Lindy Jones. She takes it again, and this time gets it.
She got it that time.
It's all tied up. There's 21 seconds remaining. Kentucky State coming down the floor quickly.
IPFW transition defense. Oh, the foul called on Michelle Conley.
That's a tough foul. You want to stop the ball, but you don't want to foul him. You got a better chance at, she was going to turn around and actually send that ball back out, and IPFW was going to have a chance to slow him down that way, but instead Michelle fouls with no time on the clock. They're going to be on the line.
They'll send Johnson to the line for one of the bonus. IPFW, no timeouts left, so they have to get a rebound and come down and try to score. And Johnson helps them by missing the first, and Jenny Newhart with a rebound.
IPFW just needs to slow it down here. They have enough time for a
Lindy
basket.
Jones, watching Coach Kleinfelter, had no idea defense was behind her, but the ball was knocked out of bounds. Lindy was expecting to call timeout, but there's no timeouts left for the Lady Dons. 10 seconds left. Recker, the drive.
Gets it to
Too
Jenny
hard for
Newhart.
2. No good. And we'll go to overtime. Lindy Jones hit the big 3-pointer with about 15 or 20 seconds left. Tied it at 61. Kentucky State missed the free throw. Gina Newhart had a chance to win it. Missed the 15-foot jumper. We'll go to OT. Tied at 61.
It's exciting for IPFW. They kept themselves into this ball game. I wasn't sure. Lindy hasn't been doing well from the 3-point line this evening, but she made that one, and that's what counts. And IPFW did have an opportunity there to win this one at the buzzer. Unable to do that. And we'll be right back after this.
After dating the guy forever, you think I could tell him anything. Why is this so hard? I'm really scared.
It takes a lot of guts to tell someone he's too drunk to drive. But you can do it. Just say it. Because if you don't, there may be nothing left to say.
Kevin, I'm gonna drive.
Take the keys, call a cab, take a stand. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
IPFW gets the jump ball in overtime. See if they can do anything here to win this ball game. I tell you, all the momentum and everything right now is with Kentucky State because they're in this game. Even with that final shot by Lindy Jones, that just allows IPFW to continue playing, but the enthusiasm is definitely with the green shirts. Nice move by Lindy Jones, no good. Rebound, and they're going to hit it traveling. Daphne Johnson finds her way to the wood, and
20th turnover of the game for
right.
Kentucky State.
I think she wanted a foul there. She didn't get it.
We're all tied up, 61-61, both teams in the bonus. Michelle Conley's shot was blocked, picked up by Jenny Newhart, and she dribbled off her foot out of bounds.
So it's all tied up. See who's going to get the first bucket here of the overtime play.
Anxious Kentucky State men's team behind us, ready to play. Leslie Gates, ooh, could have been called for a double dribble there.
That's right, in the lane, no good. 3-point, no good. And Angela Johnson thought she could get another one to fall, and obviously that one was right there, and that one was way off. So 4:02.
Then again, I'm kind of surprised Coach Kleinfelter doesn't have Pam Edwards in the game. She was a little lift to the team earlier. Good pump fake by Newhart. Couldn't get it to go.
And we're going to get a foul in the arm of Michelle Conley. Daphne Johnson really protecting the ball well underneath the basket. And
the look on Conley's face, didn't agree with that one, and I think that's her 5th.
It is her 5th foul, and there you can take another look at it. She thought she had all ball. The official thought she caught the arm, and that puts Michelle on the bench.
Looked like ball to me on the replay. Pam Edwards will come in for Michelle Conley.
It's always nice to see it a second time, especially from up here, though. It's easy to call. It's tough on that floor with the 10 players down there.
Daphne Johnson. She got the first. Missed the front end of a 1-on-1 with 17 seconds to go in regulation.
That's right. She had an opportunity to shut it off for IPFW. Didn't do it, and they drop back again. She misses the second one. It's only a 1-point lead for Kentucky State, but that point may be the difference. IPFW trying to put something on offensively. Jenny Newhart, Pam Edwards is in the ball game now. An outside shot by Dawn Dressler, good.
Candace Johnson went for the steal and left Dawn Dressler wide open for the 15-foot jumper to put IPFW ahead by 1.
IPFW trying to shut them off in the inside game. Nice arms up by Jenny Newhart, but she's going to get the foul.
Questionable call.
That's right. Daphne Johnson's going to go to the line. That's what you're supposed to do. I think she might have had them leaning forward a little bit, and they caught that. And that's her 4th.
Looked like she was straight up and down to me, but Daphne Johnson go to the line for 2 more.
See if she hits the first and does get the roll.
And that's about the way things have been going here for Daphne Johnson. Hits the first, and she'll been missing the second shot. We'll see what happens this time as Coach Davis once again pulls all the players off the line, and she misses the second.
So it's all tied up, 63 apiece. Somebody's going to win here in this first overtime. We're not going to have another one.
We might go to double OT, but only if we're lucky.
Lindy Jones looking for the basketball.
Still double teaming on Edwards down there, so she doesn't get the ball.
Lindy took the 3, and Edwards with the rebound. Didn't get it. Reckon got it. And the shot doesn't fall for Jenny Newhart.
Newhart almost went in. She got the foul.
Rucker tried to save it out of bounds to Edwards. It went back in. We're going to see it here. It went over Edwards' hands. Newhart got it, put the shot up, and was fouled.
Should go to the line for 2. That's first. 1-point lead for the Lady Dons.
A lot of faith up here from the booth. We're going to see the second one fall down through. And it does. 65-63. IPFW up by 2. They need some real good defense here and deny Kentucky State the chance to tie this back up on this possession. 2:41 remaining. There, as you see the clock on the screen. Once again, Kentucky State is looking to go inside. They dish it in, and the shot is no good, but she gets her own rebound up and no good. Once again, IPFW comes up with it, and I tell you, Daphne Johnson has had one of the tough nights. This time she comes up limping. Dawn Dressler with the basket, then she dishes out front. Goes into Newhart, back out to Lindy Jones. Lindy pump fake, shoots, and gets the roll.
Got the bank shot to go. 4-point lead here, 67-63 for the Lady Dons with under 2 minutes left in OT.
Nice fake by Lindy, cost Kentucky State to leave their feet. And she had the open shot. 3-point attempt up and no good by Gates. We need to get the rebound, and Wendy Recker does.
Good box out by Jenny Newhart there. Tip went to Wendy Recker.
And it's a 4-point IPFW lead and a chance to stretch us back out to 6 or 7, depending on their choice shot. Here at this possession, we've got 13 seconds left. Wendy Recker dishes it inside to Edwards, and she's going to power move to the basket. Doesn't get the roll. That's what I thought we would see there at the end with 10 seconds remaining. That ball going to Edwards' hands and have her attempt that shot.
Pam did bring something extra here in the second half, but she struggles as well as the rest of the team does. Trying to get the ball to go. Pam's got 4 points on the evening, I believe, 4 or 5. 4-point lead still here. And Kentucky State commits its 21st turnover. A costly one as they're down 4 with about a minute left.
That's right, 109 IPFW to take the ball out of bounds. Chance to knock off a lot of time here off the shot clock if they so choose. Jenny Newhart looking to go inside. I'm sure they're going to look to go to Edwards, if not Jones from the outside. Recker drives the lane, shoots, and gets the home team roll.
Good baseline move by Wendy Recker. Points haven't been put on the board yet, but it should be 69-63. And a 3-point basket, the first of the night by Candace Johnson.
And I'm surprised no one has asked for that basket. Eileen finally
Clock
is.
has not moved. It stayed on 48 seconds. Points have not been put on the board for either team. Something's wrong down there on the floor. Score should be 69-66. Clock has stayed on 48 seconds for about 10 or 12 seconds as they came down the floor. Candace Johnson hit the 3, her first of the night, makes her about 1 for 10.
Yeah, their attempts at three-point have not been very successful, but unfortunately for IPFW, they have been at the end of the game.
Some problems at the scorer's table with the clock. We've got a timeout here on the floor.
Not sure what we're trying to do here to rectify the problem. Tune in to Channel 6 Saturday, February 26th at 7:30 p.m. to watch the Volleydons from Ball State University. I'm sorry, Volley Cards, and that's been changed on me, and I'm not thinking real well tonight, but you can watch Ball State University take on the IPFW Volleydons for a piece of the MIVA conference. Catch all that action of IPFW volleyball right here on Channel 6. And that'll be a very good matchup if you don't have anything else to do. Definitely tune into Channel 6. IPFW's volleyball team is a real good team to watch, and I tell you, it's even more exciting to be out here and watch them play. But if you can't get out here and you need to be at home, tune it in.
Ranked 5th in the country right now in one poll, I believe 7th in the other poll. The Volleydons.
We're bringing out a new control panel for the for the board, and I think that's where they believe the problem is, and I don't know what they're going to do about the time that didn't tick off the clock. If nothing else, probably give both teams their points and they'll play it at 48, but I'm not sure on that. That's just a guess from the booth.
Staff clears out down there on the scorer's table, so Mr. Jim Wilkinson can go in and try to fix the problem. He just shuts the clock off. Trying to fix the score, 69-66. IPFW here in overtime. Trying to get the problem solved. Time still out on the floor. Both coaches call their players over.
That's right, it's not an official timeout, but the players can come over to the sideline and the coaches can talk to them.
We do have the correct score back up on the clock. Still waiting for the time to be put back up. Not too worried about fouls and such with only a minute left. They put a minute on the clock.
I think they're going to tick it down, but as to where they stop it, I'm curious if they stop. Oh, we just lost everything. Buzzer went off, and
I believe the shot clock was going off right there. They may not have realized it. As we see the scoreboard here, all lit up. Now, not. Trying to get some organization going on down here now. Men's basketball coach is trying to help him. And
that's right. The longer this game takes place, the more the men have to wait to play. I think that for now, until the half between the women's and the men's game, they should go to a hand stopwatch. We'll keep score up here.
They took 10 seconds off. There's now 38 seconds left since the clock did not go from 48. But the longer the game continues, the longer the men have to wait, the longer boys have to wait to eat. And
that's right. My little baby's waiting at home. He's hungry.
I think we're going to try to get action going again now. They ready to inbounds the ball with 38 seconds on the clock, 69-66. They get it into Jenny Newhart. Clock seems to be working fine now. She breaks pressure up to Newhart. Pam Edwards was wide open underneath, but they elect to pull it back out. Waste some time. Leslie Gates goes for the steal. They get it. Candace Johnson picks it up. And we'll see what happens. Knocked out of bounds, Kentucky State basketball.
That's right, IPFW knocked it out of bounds. Fans don't like that call. Kentucky State men like that call. They're up right here behind us clapping. And it gives them a chance to shoot another three, and I'm sure we'll see one.
Candace Johnson might try to put one up.
That's right. Hopefully, though, she's been about every other one.
And a 5-second call. She did not dribble. You can dribble around for as long as you want, but you cannot stand.
It's a big break for IPFW.
It was the correct call because there was 21 seconds on the clock and 16 when he blew the whistle.
That's right. We got a quick foul there. And Jenny Newhart's going to go to the line, and I think if she sinks two, hopefully Kentucky State doesn't choose to continue to foul in 14 seconds remaining.
Jenny, a pretty good free throw shooter. I think we can count on at least one here. Hopefully the first one.
IPFW, if they'll just drop back, put a little bit of pressure on the basketball, that'll cause that time to go down. And this game will be a win for the Lady Dons.
I'd have to say Kentucky State to come down and shoot a quick three. Two-possession game right now for Kentucky State, almost academic, with only 14 seconds here in overtime.
And she hits them both. That pretty much seals the fate for Kentucky State tonight. They did play a very good ball game against IPFW. 10 seconds left, and IPFW does not need a foul.
Long three put up by Candace Johnson, no good. Edwards a rebound, and that should be the game. It will be.
And that's it. IPFW ends up winning this in overtime, 71-66. A tough game for Kentucky State as they really had their opportunity to win this in regulation time. IPFW as well at the last 10 seconds. Eric had a chance, and neither team able to do it, and it had to go to overtime. Well, we're going to go down the floor. I'm going to leave this up here with Eric Agnew. I'm going to go down. We'll have our player of the game right after this.
This is just one of the many parts you can play as a young Red Cross volunteer. Volunteer and play your part.
Talk about unusual. How often do you see transparent televisions?
Americans have more money to spend on leisure activities than ever before.
When possible, children should trick or treat during daylight hours and be accompanied by at least one adult.
A boat archaeologists believe is from the time Jesus and his disciples fished on the Galilee.
For best results, fertilize your lawn when it is actively growing.
Many people suffer from allergies. Few understand them.
Ma'am, excuse me. Could you help me, please? Sir, could you help me, please? My little girl, she needs blood. Could you help me?
I'm sorry.
Somebody, please. My daughter, she needs blood. Could you please help? Somebody help me.
Imagine if you had to ask for blood to save the life of someone you love. Next time the American Red Cross asks, give blood, please.
This is the increasingly competitive world we live in, and this is the country we want ahead of the competition. These are the people we'll be depending on to keep this country ahead of the competition. These are the colleges and universities we're relying on for the people we're depending on to keep this country ahead of the competition. So if you want America to stay #1 in the world, do something about it. Give to the college of your choice.
What comes to your mind when you think about statistics? Polls, gambling, maybe baseball. Sure, but how about lightning, lobsters, music, chocolate cake, sex discrimination, heart attacks, potato chips, traffic, the ozone layer, Shakespeare, monkeys, dancing, drug testing? If some of these things didn't make your list, then you should be watching public television's new statistics series, Against All Odds.
Back here at the Hilliard Gates Sports Center, IPFW Lady Dons with the overtime victory over Kentucky State, 71-66. Daphne Johnson led Kentucky State with 23 points, 13 rebounds. IPFW led by Wendy Recker with 16, and Lindy Jones had 15 points and 12 rebounds. We're going to throw it down to Christy Walker now with the IPFW Lady Don Player of the Game.
Thanks, Eric, and joining me on the floor is Pam Edwards. And Pam, we saw you in street clothes there in the first half of the ball game. What was up?
Yeah, I've had some problems with my legs the last week and a half, and we decided I was going to take the night off and try to rest my legs, and hopefully they could pull out a win tonight, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way.
Okay, you were having some problems team-wise in the first half. Did you request to come into the ball game?
Yeah, we were struggling from the floor. We couldn't hit anything. About 5 minutes left to go in the half. I, asked Coach Miller and if I could go into the game, and then Coach Kleinfelder said I need to make sure I was in the book, and so we checked things out, and we checked the rule book, and everything was okay. So I got to go in and play.
That's good. It really seemed like when you came in the ball game, you're always an enthusiastic and a real aggressive player. It seemed like to uplift the team mentally. Was that part of the key getting you in, or what was some of the problems you were having in the first half and in the second half of this game?
Right. I think the problem, we couldn't find the hole for anything tonight. We were 10 of, I believe, 43 from the first half, and we're second in the conference and top 10 in the nation in field goal percentage. And I just wanted to come in and give my team maybe a mental boost. If anything, I was cold. I missed some free throws, and if I could just come in and maybe get a few rebounds and get them to pick the pace up a little bit, that's what I tried to do.
What was the decision there at the last few seconds in regulation time? I kind of assumed you would be in the ball game and they might attempt to give you the basketball and you take it in low. You weren't in the ball game.
Right. I think Coach Kleinfelder, I'm struggling. I'm having trouble bending my knees a little bit, and I think the play was to get Jenny or Michelle or whoever was in there to shoot the free throws because I'm really struggling. I'm having trouble dipping, and I think it was a wise choice by Coach Kleinfelder because I was 0 for 3 from the line.
Okay. Well, you played a real tough game tonight, and I'm glad IPFW got another win.
Great. Thank you.
And we're going to send it back up to Eric Agnew, and he'll wrap this one up from IPFW. Stay tuned for the boys' game, though.
We here at IPFW are pleased to be able to bring you cablecast of NCAA athletic competition. We hope you've enjoyed the show and excitement of intercollegiate sports from IPFW. To provide such programs, we need your support. With the help of many volunteers, we are able to produce these programs at a relatively low cost. Your contribution will help defray the production costs not covered by the Channel 6 budget. The College Cable Access Center invites you to invest in quality college programming by sending your contribution to Channel 6 at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805. We'd like to take this time to thank the Channel 6 Volunteer Crew and Learning Resource Center at IPFW for their contributions to the live production of our basketball games this evening. Channel 6. This college cable access sports presentation is underwritten in part by a grant from Cable Access Incorporated of Fort Wayne, Indiana. The telecast of IPFW sports event is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, retransmission, rebroadcast, and or any other use of this event without express written consent is strictly prohibited. IPFW Lady Dons won the game in overtime, 71-66. Don't forget to tune in to Channel 6 next Saturday evening, February 26th at 7:30 to see the Ball State University Volley Cards take on the IPFW Volley Dons. Coming up next is IPFW men's basketball when they take on Kentucky State Thoroughbreds. For Christy Walker, this is Eric Agnew. Goodbye for now.